It seems like everywhere you turn these days, you hear about cryptocurrencies.
Yeah.
Especially, for those of us who are maybe just dipping our toes into the world of finance for the first time. It's like,
Right.
how do you even begin to make sense of it all?
Yeah. It can feel pretty overwhelming trying to keep up with it all.
I mean, are we really going to be buying our morning coffee with Bitcoin anytime soon?
Well, that's a question for another day, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think what's clear is that cryptocurrencies, they're not just a passing fad. They're becoming a real part of the financial landscape.
Absolutely.
So it's definitely worth taking the time to understand how it all works.
So for this deep dive, we're going to zero in on something that's absolutely essential if you're even thinking about dipping your toes into the crypto world, and that's crypto trading strategies.
Yeah, you got it.
Think of it as your toolkit for not just surviving this crazy market,
Right.
but, really understanding how you can potentially thrive.
Exactly.
We're going to go beyond just the basics here, and we're going to really equip you with some real insights.
Yeah, we're going to break down the key approaches, the ones that can help you make smarter decisions
Right.
when it comes to trading crypto.
And not just, throwing darts at a board.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're going to look at how to understand those market movements
Right.
and how to actually use all these different trading tools out there to your advantage.
All right, so let's jump right in.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's start with this thing called technical analysis.
Okay.
What's the main idea here?
So technical analysis, at its heart, it's about looking back at market history,
Okay.
specifically at, the price
Uh-huh.
and volume data to understand where the market might be headed next.
Okay.
It's about, looking for patterns and trends on those price charts.
All right, so looking back to understand where we're going.
Exactly.
Okay, so kind of like trying to predict the weather by looking at old temperature charts.
Yeah, that's a good analogy, actually.
So how does that actually play out in the real world?
So in the real world, we use these things called technical indicators to get some insight into potential price movements.
Okay.
Two of the most popular ones are moving averages and the RSI, or the relative strength index.
Okay, so break those down for us.
So moving averages, what they do is they smooth out those crazy daily price fluctuations
Right.
over, a certain period, like a week, a month, whatever you choose.
Okay.
And what that does is it gives you a clearer picture of the underlying trend.
Okay, so it's like cutting through the noise
Exactly.
to see the bigger picture.
You got it.
All right, and what about the RSI? How does that fit into this?
Okay, so the RSI, this is a momentum indicator.
Okay.
So it measures, how quickly and how dramatically prices have been changing recently
Uh-huh.
on a scale from 0 to 100.
Okay.
So like a speedometer
Right.
price, you could say.
Okay, I like that.
So if the RSI gets really high, say above 70,
Okay.
that could suggest the price has gotten a bit ahead of itself and might be due for a pullback.
Like a car that's been speeding and needs to, slow down a bit.
Exactly.
All right, so it's like an early warning system.
Right.
Okay, now on the flip side, if the RSI is really low, below 30,
Right.
what does that tell us?
Well, that could indicate the price has fallen pretty sharply
Right.
and could be, ready for a rebound.
So technical analysis is all about using those past signals to try to understand what's going to happen.
Precisely.
Okay, so that's one piece of the puzzle.
Right.
But what about understanding the bigger picture?
Yeah.
Like the why behind the price moves.
Absolutely.
That's where fundamental analysis comes in, right?
Exactly.
So what's the difference here?
Well, fundamental analysis shifts the focus from the charts
Okay.
to the underlying value of the cryptocurrency itself.
Okay.
So you're not just looking at past prices, you're trying to figure out what it's actually worth.
So like its intrinsic value.
Exactly.
Okay. So how do we figure that out?
So there are a whole bunch of factors to consider. Major news events, for one.
Okay.
Think about, big partnerships or security breaches, things like that.
Right. So anything that could potentially impact the crypto's future.
Exactly. Then there are technological advancements,
Okay.
upgrades to the blockchain network that make it faster, more secure, more functional.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, there's regulation.
Right.
Governments can have a huge impact on how cryptocurrencies are perceived and adopted.
Yeah. I mean, it can make or break a crypto's future.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we're looking at the data, the
Yeah.
news, the tech, the whole picture.
Right.
But let's be real for a second. The crypto market, it's known for being super volatile.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
I mean, how do you even begin to protect yourself from, getting caught in a big downswing?
Well, risk management, that's absolutely crucial in crypto trading.
Okay.
It's not just about going for those huge gains.
Right.
It's about protecting yourself from big losses.
Yeah.
Two key strategies here are setting stop-loss orders
Okay.
and diversifying your portfolio.
Okay, so let's start with stop-loss orders.
Sure.
What are those and how do they actually work?
So imagine you buy some cryptocurrency at a certain price, right?
Okay.
A stop loss order is basically like setting a safety net.
Okay.
If the price drops to a certain level that you set in advance, your order automatically sells.
Okay.
So it limits your losses.
So it's like an automatic eject button.
Exactly.
Okay. So that makes sense.
And then there's diversification.
All right.
This is a classic investment strategy, and it's just as important in crypto.
So what's the main idea behind diversification?
Basically, it's about not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
So instead of putting all your money into just one or two cryptocurrencies,
Right.
you spread it out across several different ones.
Okay.
Because different cryptos, they respond to different things.
Right.
So by diversifying, you're reducing your risk.
Okay. I get it. So
Uh-huh.
don't bet the farm on just one crypto.
Exactly.
Okay. Now we've talked about these really logical, strategic approaches,
Right.
but let's be honest here. The crypto market, it can be a real emotional roller coaster.
Absolutely.
I mean, how do you actually manage your feelings when your investments are going up and down so fast?
Yeah. This is where psychological resilience comes in.
Okay.
And it's something that a lot of people overlook. But
Mhm.
those crazy price swings, they can trigger some pretty strong emotional responses.
Right, like fear and greed all mixed up.
Exactly.
And that's where you can make some really bad decisions.
Absolutely.
So how do you avoid those emotional pitfalls?
So a key strategy is to have a plan,
Okay.
a well-defined trading plan with clear entry and exit points,
Okay.
and stick to it.
Even when things get crazy.
Exactly. Tune out the noise.
Okay.
Don't get caught up in the hype or the fear-mongering.
Right.
And remember why you invested in the first place.
And think long term.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's a good reminder.
Another thing that can help is to, limit your exposure to the news and social media.
Yeah.
All that stuff can just fuel the anxiety.
Right, because it's easy to get sucked into the hype.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, I think it's helpful to look at some of the people who have really shaped the crypto space.
Yeah, for sure.
So we've got three notable figures here.
All right.
Let's start with Vitalik Buterin.
Okay.
What makes him so important in this whole crypto world?
So Vitalik Buterin is the co-founder of Ethereum.
Okay.
And he's had a massive impact on the whole cryptocurrency landscape.
Okay.
His main innovation was this idea of a blockchain that could do so much more than just digital currency.
Okay.
Ethereum, it can host these things called decentralized applications and smart contracts.
Right.
And that's opened up a whole new world of possibilities for blockchain technology.
Okay.
And his research, his insights, they continue to shape the market.
So he's still a major player.
Absolutely.
All right. Then there's Andreas M. Antonopoulos.
Okay.
What's his contribution to the crypto world?
Well, he's known for his deep understanding of Bitcoin and blockchain. And he's really good at explaining these complex concepts in a way that anyone can understand.
Right.
He's got all these great books and talks that have helped so many people learn about decentralized finance.
So he's like the teacher.
Yeah, you could say that.
All right. And finally, we have Changpeng Zhao, or CZ.
Right.
He's the CEO of Binance,
That's right.
one of the world's biggest cryptocurrency exchanges.
Huge.
So what can we learn from him?
Well, his story is a great example of navigating the ups and downs of the crypto market.
Okay.
He built this global business in a really tough regulatory environment.
Right.
His focus on innovation, on making things easy for users, and his strategic decision-making,
Okay.
they all offer valuable insights for anyone who's interested in the crypto space.
All right. So these are three people who are definitely worth learning more about.
For sure.
Okay. So let's switch gears for a second and talk about some of the crazy facts that show just how far crypto has come.
Okay.
One that always blows my mind is the story of the very first real-world Bitcoin transaction.
Oh, yeah.
Can you remind us what that was all about?
So back in 2010, someone bought 2 pizzas with 10,000 Bitcoin.
2 pizzas.
2 pizzas, that's it.
10,000 Bitcoin.
10,000, and at the time, Bitcoin, it was worth almost nothing.
Right.
But if you think about it today,
Yeah.
those 10,000 Bitcoin would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
It's insane.
It just shows you the crazy growth potential of crypto.
And how early it all still is.
Yeah,
I mean, who knew that ordering a pizza could be such a historic moment?
right.
And here's another thing that makes crypto so different.
What's that?
It never sleeps.
That's right.
Unlike the stock market, which has, set trading hours,
Right.
the crypto market is open 24/7.
24 hours of it.
What are the implications of that?
Well, it means you can trade whenever you want,
Okay.
no matter where you are in the world.
Right.
But it also means you need to be aware that prices can move at any time.
So you really have to stay on top of things.
Absolutely.
Okay. So it sounds like Navigating the crypto market successfully, it's not just about luck.
No, not at all.
It's about having a plan and being disciplined.
Exactly.
So to wrap this all up,
Okay.
for those of you who are thinking about getting into crypto trading,
Right.
what are the key takeaways here?
I'd say the most important thing is to educate yourself.
Okay.
Learn as much as you can about the market,
Uh-huh.
about different trading strategies,
Right.
and about risk management.
Okay.
Don't just jump in blindly.
Right.
Have a plan
Okay.
and be prepared for the ups and downs.
Because there will be ups and downs,
Definitely.
but with the right knowledge and the right mindset,
Absolutely.
the crypto market, it can be an amazing opportunity.
No doubt about it.
All right, well, thank you so much for taking this deep dive with us into the world of crypto trading strategies.
It's been my pleasure.
If you're thinking about taking the plunge, we encourage you to really think about the strategies we've talked about today
Yeah.
and how they can help you navigate this market.
And as you're thinking about those strategies, maybe ask yourself this. How could those same principles, understanding market dynamics, managing risk, and staying calm under pressure,
Right?
how could those apply to other emerging asset classes
Okay.
beyond just crypto?
So thinking about the bigger picture,
Exactly, because the financial world is constantly evolving.
and we need to evolve with it.
Absolutely.